also welcoming Dr. Anup Badavan, former Secretary of Commerce in India, Dr. Bopa Thapa, Vice Chancellor of the Kathmandu University, just heard, and all the other dignitaries and professors and academics present at this conference. I would like to thank them for their support for this program since its inception, and also for your involvement with the launch of the chair last year, which was just mentioned a moment ago. Your insights and direction on the development agenda for both Nepal and the region drive the results of this program, and the feedback by policymakers, stakeholders and academics on papers and research presented over the next 2 days of the program will be very valuable. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for the WTO that the chair and the government continue to work together closely on defining research projects, customized training and targeted outreach. An independent external evaluation of the WTO Chairs Programme conducted in 2019 found that the WCP network has been successful in achieving significant impact at the policy level. The report emphasized that WTO chairs have done this through access to policymakers at the national government level and in regional and international organizations, bringing together viewpoints from all stakeholders to synthesize trade and economic development policies which are well-rounded and combine perspectives from all strata of society. More specifically, the WTO works through outputs and activities along 3 pillars of research, curriculum development and outreach to holistically support host governments. When creating this project, it is particularly important for our chairs to know what keeps the government awake at night, as I may quote. An understanding of the issues facing government officials allows for tailored research outputs which may contribute substantially to the government's current work priorities in order to deliver growth, income and development for the people. There is also a need for a continuous dialogue between chairs and policymakers when deciding how to best implement curricular development activities. Chairs are well placed to train and impart knowledge on current negotiations and issues which are being discussed, as well as on the ground realities which will inform the policy of the country. Governments can request specific training on topics which are most relevant for the current agenda, allowing the chairs and their teams to do the heavy lifting required to gather the relevant information on these topics, both within the country as well as the broader region through the WCP network. With a well-rounded and expertly crafted projects involving stakeholders, chairs have successfully supported their governments since the inception of the program. Closing this loop between the work of the chairs and policy making by WTO members is a key function of the Chairs Programme. That's why I urge the ministries and representatives present today to work hand in hand with the WTO Chair in Kusum to take advantage of the global network created through the program and to engage actively on their policy priorities and research needs and the research results and policy recommendations by the Chair's team. I would also like to emphasize that at the WTO we can and must do more to support LDCs. This could involve better implementation of existing decisions. It could be better design of an architecture for trade capacity building and supply side support. It could be a combination of both. This is where the participation in the Chairs Programme is paramount. The program, through its global network, is capable of forging common positions on matters of interest to LDCs and their partners. We've seen these synergies mushroom in the past year with the onboarding of new chairs across several underrepresented regions in 2021. We've seen regional teams of experts form in Latin America, Africa and Asia as the chairs work together to forge common positions and harmonize interests across their constituencies while providing valuable training and technical assistance directly to policymakers in governments and stakeholders in beneficiary countries. Last year, the Nepal Chair Network took off with a very good start. It focused inter alia on trade policy work on Nepal's LDC graduation in collaboration with the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Supplies. The team also successfully coordinated research on the importance of food security alongside a number of public and private stakeholders. This was done through activities bringing together stakeholders from the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Supplies, Agriculture and Livestock, the National Planning Commission of Nepal, Policy Research Institute of the Government of Nepal, development banks, federations of chambers of commerce, and donor institutions like the Enterprise for Management, Economic Reform and Gender Equality, Institute of Frontier Studies and foreign donors. The Nepali Chairs Student Outreach and Curriculum Development also harnessed the capacity of today's youth to directly support small and medium-sized enterprises, for example, those producing and trading tea and coffee, and help diversify their experts, thereby expanding trade of their products internationally. The continuation and success of these projects depend crucially on the involvement of government policymakers and business stakeholders. Now more than ever, the WTO is looking forward toward reglobalization after the COVID crisis. Embracing international trade in general and the multilateral trading system is crucial for overcoming the most pressing challenges of our time. This has been made clear through the successes of the Ministerial Conference last year. The new agreement on fishery subsidies, the Ministerial declarations on emergency response to food insecurity, the WTO response to the COVID-19 pandemic and preparedness for future pandemics, and other decisions, as well as, of course, the discussions which members are currently undertaking as we move forward to MC12, MC13. These outcomes clearly demonstrate the WTO's ability to deliver concrete results by effectively contributing to the international community's response to crisis and countering as they evolve. As the WTO doesn't have regional offices, our chairs are the eyes and ears of the WTO around the globe, conveying to us the priorities and needs of their governments, stakeholders in society, and providing quality expert advice to governments who can approach them to obtain capital